Guys, we're out of time. Thanks for coming by. That was great. It was a beautiful time. We'll do it again sometime soon. Long time no see. First of all, thank you guys for coming and doing this. We always appreciate you guys taking time.
Well, we'd like to thank you for being in Franklin.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes less time.
We were so happy to do it.
Don't have to go to Sacramento or Indiana anymore. But you like Indianapolis, though.
I do. I love
friends
it.
there.
I do have friends there.
Just one.
Yeah, one, yes. And he's out of town, so it's good you're in Franklin.
Well, good. We need to talk about, last time you guys were here, we had just had, my goodness, Inhale, Exhale had just come out. Now we have a devotional book that really ties into this, which I think is brilliant. Who wants to start?
Sure, I'll start.
Yeah.
Nathan reads books.
Yeah. Yes, devotional book with our friend Robert Nolan. When's the last time we actually did a devotional book? It's been a long time. Mm-hmm. I think we got one other one. But, the reason the record is titled Inhale, Exhale is because we got to the point of making a record where we felt like, if nothing else, we wanted people to be able to literally stop, take a breath, and let the promises of God take over the anxieties that everybody's been feeling over the last year. And so working with Robert on the book, we went through each song on the record, tied it in with something that you can read through every day and take a breath. Yeah.
What I appreciated about it, and I'll be honest, I haven't even seen it yet, but the fact of the matter is that the entries are focused on let's inhale or let's exhale. And I believe the strongest message you can give with this is we have to take that time to do exactly that.
Yeah.
Have you been able to? I know that you took a lot of time when it came to recording this. So much time passed. Is that too much time to inhale, exhale? Are you ready to just get moving again? Or where do you find yourself at collectively?
I'd say yes to all of that. We're probably at a point to where there would never be too much time to inhale. But at the same time, it's like, we've done it for 27 years. And I think the coolest part was after, it feels more like about a year and a half of trying to get back to normal. It's a little bit of you don't know what you have till it's gone. And so I wasn't sure how I was going to feel when we started doing shows again because I really like being home. But I will say we've done a handful of shows kind of testing the waters, if you will. And I've never in my life seen the enthusiasm we've seen from the crowds in the last month or two. And so that's got me incredibly excited. A little apprehensive just because don't know where it's going from here. You just pray that it keeps, everybody stays safe and stuff like that. So yes, it's like, it's a little bit of super excited and a little bit of, gosh, please don't go backwards.
I don't know if we're getting too much into the weeds, but you bring up the fact of where's this going to go? How do you plan for a major tour after X amount of months thinking, well, wait a minute, we might get 3 months into this and have to stop all over again?
You got any good ideas?
Yeah. I think at this point, we're just approaching it like we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's treat it like it's a tour, like we've treated every other tour we've ever done, and be aware of what's going on for sure. But there's some bridges we just can't cross until we get there.
Sure.
It seems like everything's on a sliding scale. There's new information all the time, and so it's hard to know. It's hard to know how to make a decision. So we're just treating it like it's as normal as we can.
Who is still of the five of you? Who's still the biggest kid when it comes to going on tour? Ooh, I love it. This is great.
I think I'd say Mike's probably the most vocal.
I do love it.
Yeah.
I equally love being home. There's no question. But
sure.
It's just.
Doesn't like his family at all.
Just the one. Just the one. The rest of the other four are great.
Yeah.
No, I do love it. There's something about that instant response with the crowd, and like Bart said, the handful of shows we've done, it's been super fun. So excited to get back on it, but kind of tapping back into that that season off, I think I've definitely learned to practice the resting every day, trying to find a way to take in the good and exhale the bad every day, which got a really long break to kind of practice that. And I think trying to implement that into just whatever life brings is going to be healthy for me for sure.
Yeah, we genuinely like being around each other, and so and have been best friends for a long time. Just yesterday, we were working with a country artist at our studio. I think he left around 7, and we still stayed till about 10 or 11,
awesome,
just hanging out. And it was just us, and we're just Yeah, we're still 12 years old.
Well, but if you have to maintain some sense of that, because really that's pretty much, I imagine, when you really start getting into the music and playing music at that time in your life. And if you can hold on to that for 20-something years, that's phenomenal.
We've heard it from a few people recently who have been in the music industry for a long time or in different areas of the music industry, and they seem shocked that we like each other still. And we're like, wait,
and we were shocked that was a thing.
Yeah, why is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Does everyone get along?
Yeah, we're grateful to have this special thing that we didn't realize was so special.
Who were you guys working with yesterday?
We were working with Walker Hayes, the fancy light guy.
Get out.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so he didn't live far from the studio, so he came over, and it was a blast. Such a great guy.
Such a great guy.
It's funny because and we've kind of touched on this before. We were talking about Gary coming in and recording with you guys. I've insisted forever and a day that there are so many similarities between country music and Christian music. I have been beating that drum for 30 years. I mean, the only thing is we're not singing about trucks and beer.
Yeah.
But Gary had a great line. He said, how can you sing about redemption on Sunday morning if you aren't doing something wrong Saturday night?
Yeah. We sing about
Sounds
church
like
bands and
something
communions. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically the same thing.
Sort of. But we're Baptist, so it's grape juice.
Yeah.
It's,
Grape juice,
100%.
yes. Grape juice.
We
and
call
grape
it
juice.
Nashville music. It's like it all kind of, there's just a really gray line between it here. And and we have a lot of friends in the country deal, and it's not that far off from each other.
It's funny. We start. Actually, I started it with Gary. I think I told you about this. We call it a podcast of 3 chords in the gospel because that's it. It's country and it's gospel.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. And that's what I appreciate is you reaching out saying, "Look, this is Nashville music. This is all of us together." And I think that more than anything else, that is such a huge message we have to pass on now.
Yeah, absolutely.
New singles, are you at a point now where you just go, oh, yeah, time to release a new single, or is it still like waiting for that baby to be born?
No, we're still into it. I mean, we love the process, and we've been really blessed, because Imagine was one of our first singles. Our label is, they, for the most part, they let us pick what the singles are,
Right.
Or we at least, let's say we all agree on what it is. There have been times,
Yeah.
there have been songs
Here we go.
there have been songs where they said no, and they let us do it, and then we kind of had to repay it back for the next one. We went with theirs, and so it's a great process. So yeah, we still kind of, when we're making the album, we're like, yeah, this could be a single, and then there's some we're like, there's no way this is going to be a single, so let's go nuts on this. Like, yeah, there's definitely things we keep in mind, and so I will say with On Our Way, thought it might be a single, but just didn't know for sure. And so when the label kind of said, we think this is the one, of course I was really excited because my son's on it. But
That's what I thought. This was a setup for like a pun of a baby being born of a new song, talking about On Our Way.
Gosh,
I thought that's where we were.
I
going
am
with this,
no way
you
in the
know.
world am I that clever.
No,
but
Speaking of babies
where my
being
mind
born.
went.
I appreciate that. I still haven't figured out my son's 40, so I
I thought, man, this is a great setup.
yeah.
Well, yeah, just I had it in my heart, but I didn't want to take it away from you. So I'm giving that to you. That's a gift.
Even if you threw it, I didn't see it coming.
Well, that explains my sports career.
Nathan lives in his own world sometimes.
Sometimes
It's very true.
scary place. But when have you ever had, what, if you don't mind sharing, what was that one song you just went, oh man, this thing's going to be huge, and like,
Well, they don't. I wouldn't say they tank. They just don't. Like, we think
They
it's for
may not
sure a
meet our
single, and they
expectations.
don't
Right.
even go to like. What would what's the one that?
One that I always thought should have been a single that didn't make it was on our last record on Lifer, We Win. Like every time we played it live, the crowd was just all into it, and it just felt great. And like it was the first song we wrote for the record, and we were super excited. And even by the end of the record, when there were 9 other brand new songs, like we still loved it. And somehow it just didn't make it as a single. And so that one, I think for me was like a little bit of like,
Yeah, we didn't have any like. If we think it's single, the part that tanks is when the label goes, wasn't even in our top 10, so it never goes to radio.
How is that not?
We fortunately haven't had one go to radio and go, oh no, except for our very first single, Bless Me Indeed, which was the worst choice
People
ever.
probably don't even realize that was even ever.
That should be like a trivia question. Yeah.
Well,
Imagine
it
was
is
the
now.
second single.
Yeah.
ooh,
Bless Me Indeed. didn't make top 50 in Christian music, which I didn't know was possible. I didn't know there's 50 songs out at one time.
Are there only 50
I know,
songs
exactly.
total?
There's 49, and we still didn't make the top 50.
I think there's just 50 artists in CCM.
Huh.
They all get 3 singles.
Right.
Well, you were close.
Yeah.
You just want to be in the game. That's all you
Yes.
want. But I think that what I love most about it in watching, and I've been blessed to be watching you from side stage and watching in the audience, that joy is just so infectious when you all hit the stage. And again, I'm waiting for October to get here so you can just blow it up and go in full. I cannot wait to watch that.
Me too. I cannot wait to watch it too.
It's coming.
But
It's coming.
we have Amy questions. Amy, of course, she's at the orthodontist right now. According to most people, if you ask them this question, giving a speech makes people, they don't feel confident, they don't feel comfortable. What is it for you? The thing that makes you feel uncomfortable?
Robbie?
Interviews.
Yeah. Pretty astute. I kind of figured that one out.
Having to go to like a large gathering with like friends, but not like my friends, like my wife's friends, where I don't really know anybody,
Right.
or anything like that. Where if I don't have my people with me, oh boy, the anxieties.
Do you tend to overcompensate, or I just want to melt into a corner?
So there was a good season where a church we were going to, and I've told Bart this before, where if we got there too early and the people I did know weren't there yet, I would walk back and forth up the hallway, acting like I was like literally looking for one of my kids,
Changing the thermostat.
I'll be right there, and so that I wouldn't have to actually engage with anybody who like was just acquaintance, because I needed my people.
And that seems so strange because you deal literally, I mean, we're all a family of God, but you deal with looking at strangers all the time.
But they can't.
But it's
get
different
to
when you look at
there's like
4,000 strangers
Yeah.
in a room of 12.
Oh, yeah. Not
They
good.
can actually reach you.
I'm hiding
Not
behind a
good.
guitar.
Exactly.
There's like a
Oh,
barrier.
sure. There's a barrier.
It's an emotional barrier.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guitar becomes my emotional barrier.
The trick I learned a long time ago is have a piece of paper in your hand and walk with authority. And then people won't bug you.
Well, a lot of times I'll actually
We
pretend
do the
I'm on
phone,
my phone.
yeah, we do the
I'll
fake
pretend I'm on my
But
phone.
isn't it horrible
honey, I'll be right there.
when you didn't shut the ringer off and you're doing that and it
It
goes
goes
off?
Wait, you can turn the ringer on?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option.
Well,
Yeah.
explains those messages. Okay, most important day in your life. Most people say the day you said yes to Jesus, your birthday, you discovered your purpose, which there's a really good joke in there, and the birth of a child. The most important day of your life.
Special purpose. Oh boy.
No clue what he's talking about. Wait, so excluding those or?
Or, maybe one of those. I mean, that's what everyone else did. If you want to be like everyone else, go ahead. I don't
Day of
care.
my life.
Yeah.
Maybe the day I got my first guitar,
Oh,
which was Christmas
wow.
Day.
what was it?
That's a big day. I was a piece of junk acoustic, but I learned on it.
I had a paper out. I saved my
I
money.
couldn't even tell
had
you what it was.
$18.53. It was a Sears Roebuck. And I had that thing for like 25 years, man.
You could buy a guitar for $18 at some point.
Look,
in
back in my day, it was delivered by Mr. Roebuck.
No kidding. Wow. He was your neighbor?
Dropped it off by horse in front of my house.
That guitar's pretty good. I would say when I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
Oh, man.
He's mad at these
That
kids.
one's
I just wanted Jesus Juke Mary. That's all.
I do that on a daily basis.
Okay, then mine was the first time I taste key lime pie. That'd be my second. No,
No kidding. Gosh, I don't know.
honestly, I
Marriage,
would say
guys,
when I got
marriage.
to baptize my kids was one of them. That's the first thing.
Oh, that's
that really is
That's
true.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from anything like family or Jesus related, I would say
right now.
no, probably.
Yes.
Honestly, it was the day I got to walk into Blockbuster Video and tell them
Buy a movie.
I wasn't going to work there anymore because we started getting busy enough that we were full time as a band.
Oh, come on.
That was really special to look them in the eye and be like, "I'm done with you, Blockbuster." And they canceled. They're like they folded
The
after
whole
I
place
left.
closed down
They
after
couldn't
that because
keep
of
up
Mike.
anymore without me.
Went out of
And then-
It
business.
was done.
You returned a tape and didn't rewind
Yep.
it.
Oh, I never rewound the tape again.
Oh, that was you. Okay, because
I
it took
hated
all of
those
5
people.
minutes. Yeah. Oh,
It's the worst.
and the killer was you would go in, you'd rent those suitcase VCRs, and you need like 25 wires. Just you're sticking back, of course, right now. Amy's like, I have no idea what any of that is.
What is a VCR?
Yeah,
what
what
this
is
thing?
that? Okay. That's another good. I was told I had to come up with 10 questions for you guys.
Oh, all right.
And because it always happens that, whatever it is we talk about is never the questions that we have in front of us.
Oh.
So for these guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the questions I gave them, we ask and answer here.
Okay.
Question 1. Anyone, this is for anybody.
All right.
Will mechanical pencils ever be more popular than regular pencils?
No.
There's no way.
No.
Yeah, that's tough.
Lead's too thin.
Yeah,
That's like e-books over real books.
I can't
But
see.
if
You have to
go
have the
through your
technical.
house. What do you have more of? I have more of the mechanical pencils in my house
Oh,
than I do.
no.
regular.
I have
Well,
way
okay,
more
no,
regular
our-
pencils.
I didn't need to
Regular
know that.
pencils and Sharpies.
My wife is a mechanical penciler, and I can't use them. You're right; those are way too
Break.
break. And then I'm sitting here doing this all day, and then you try and put them in, and they fall out, and then you got to walk around on the floor, and the cat's playing with them.
That sounds like the worst comic book villain, the mechanical
The
pencil.
mechanical penciler.
Well, follow-up question: why not number 1 pencils?
That's a great question. What is it, like
I've never seen a
graphite?
number
What is
one.
the number 1?
Is there
Is it like a
number one?
finer point?
It's
Probably.
I think it's the
It's
lead, the thickness of the lead.
graphite in it, yeah.
It's the graphite. My
Nathan,
dad
you
told
probably
me
read a
that.
book on pencils.
We don't have to talk
Number
about that right
ones.
now. We don't have time.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I think the number 1's too brittle. Number 2 holds the
Yeah, I think the,
Yeah.
basically the
Was this
mechanical
answer longer
is
than
the
you
equivalent
expected?
of the number 1.
I'm okay.
Was this
I'm good
supposed to be
with
rapid fire?
No.
Because
No.
No,
No.
we still got 10
Okay.
minutes.
Is
So,
the average-
and I want to
is
make
the
sure we
average
get
number
through
2 pencil made out
all
of
of these.
pine or hickory? Do we know?
Not the wood.
Well,
it's the
in
graphite.
Well, I know,
cedar.
but I mean, is there a difference?
birch.
I feel like it's
Can
Balsa
you make a
wood, it's
birch?
very soft.
I have seen cardboard, and I have seen some. You can buy them in Washington D.C. out of shredded money. I thought
Yeah,
that was.
it seems like
interesting.
DC does a lot of that.
That sounds.
It's your
that
government
sounds
dollars
very
at work.
irresponsible.
Doesn't it?
Sounds like a federal government thing to do, but
So-
whatever.
Just off the top of your head, what is your favorite Lego?
The square one?
The ones that my kids put away.
Rectangle.
Not the ones I find in the dark barefooted.
Those are definitely not.
Those
my
are
favorite.
fun.
There's apparently a knife-shaped one because it stabs me in the
And is that I'm telling you, we could actually you could pierce armor with Legos. If you fired a Lego properly, you could shatter anything.
Yeah.
We're using the wrong materials. Are Brussels sprouts really awful, or do they just have bad representation?
Bad representation.
Man, properly prepared,
Properly
they're
prepared.
fantastic. Boiled, they're
I
horrible.
don't know
Yep.
what y'all are even talking
Don't
about.
listen to him.
Is this a
It's
vegetable?
green.
Figure it out
It's a
to the
green
Brussels sprout.
vegetable. The green vegetable part.
They're vegetables.
Yeah.
They don't have those in
Yeah.
Texas.
They don't have cheese on them.
They have beans.
Can you get them well done? I'll take it.
Exactly. What's the deal with cartons of water? Have you seen?
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they're weird. They're weird.
My daughter's roommate insists it's the best water she's ever bought.
Is that like a paper straw? Is that the point of it?
Like
it's
it's
supposed
like
to be.
a little milk carton, but with
No, I'm
water.
saying, is it because it's like environmentally
probably
something?
Yeah.
Probably.
Let's move
Okay.
on.
Yeah, we're moving on. We're moving past that one. Pine or oak?
What are you doing with it?
That's a good point. Are
Oh.
we building a house or
Always
it's
I need
oak.
I need context.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
You
you know.
asked the
I'm going
wrong
for
man
gut
for this
reaction,
question.
man.
Yeah,
Going
you
for
did
gut
it.
reaction.
I'm sorry. All right, oak.
Weirdos. They're
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go
I would
oak.
say
See, I'm
but
leaning
unless
more
I'm
oak.
framing up a wall, then pine.
You want pine?
Yeah, way more affordable.
See, this is a
Easier
much
to work
deeper
with.
question than just pine or oak. I feel.
If we're
We
making
just came out of a
furniture-
pandemic, so we've got a lot to talk about. This
Well,
is-
you have a
You don't
lot
realize
has to
of
do
Nathan
with
is
building.
actually
Is this load bearing?
Nathan is actually a hobby arborist. You have no idea what you.
which is another
can
bad
you've opened.
villain.
not to be.
The hobby arborist.
Got the mechanical penciler and the
Hobby
hobby
arborists.
arborist.
They're actually like mortal
hard
enemies
to say.
because,
Right. Rural
because
juror.
mechanical pencils.
See,
I don't know the.
we've already got the storyline.
You got the backstory on it.
Yeah,
I want to see the costumes. Actually, truthfully, I don't.
I can go back out to my truck. Hold on.
Okay, be right back with that one. Where's the best place to sit in a movie theater?
Dead center.
Dead center, halfway up. Yep.
Yeah. See, my wife can't stand anyone sitting behind her, so I'm the guy back there in the nosebleeds.
No, that's the best place to sit in church.
True. Yes. I have a lot of experience.
yeah. Checking my Bible app.
Make sure you turn the volume
Yeah.
down.
Again,
Does this shirt make me look fat?
Oh no!
Okay, good.
I can only-
stylish.
I can only see it from the
Kayla
shoulders
baseball
up.
tee.
Do you call out someone in public for not washing their hands after using the loo?
I've never done.
What's
Never
the
called
loo?
them out.
I try
We're
not
Americans.
to. I try not to
give
speak
him a
to
dirty look,
anyone
Yeah.
in the loo.
Fanny packs, yes or no?
Yes.
Nathan, it depends. Is it an amusement park?
No, you're going to Six Flags. I'm not. Yeah, 100%.
It's a terrible game.
I support the fanny pack.
My oldest daughter has a game where she asks questions like this, and
Yeah.
she refuses to play it with me because I'll
Too many
qualify
questions.
every question. Well, what are you wearing?
What is
It?
the
What do you know? What are you putting in the fanny pack? She
Where
just
are
walks
we?
away.
Are we on a hike or
Are
are we
you
just
in
walking
Europe?
through town?
I'd say
Well, sure.
I've maybe used one once in my life, but on many occasions wish I had one.
You have a fantastic one, actually.
That's the weirdest thing you've ever
The,
said to me.
the one that the belly button.
Oh yeah, that's right.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got one for Chris. It looked like a hairy stomach. It was given to me.
Amazing.
And then if you just drape your shirt right over just enough,
It's perfect.
it's stunning. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And if you fill it with like watermelon.
Yeah, and if you loosen it, your stomach's like down like
Yeah,
by your
yeah.
knees. It's awful.
So it's called a belly pack.
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, I don't have the
Well-
I don't have the courage to wear it out of the house. My kids love it.
It's wonderful.
We're gonna have to get a picture of that one now. But
I think it's a white elephant. I think somebody else has it now. I can't remember.
Possibly. Get it.
is bedazzling okay if you do that with your fanny pack? Can you bedazzle a fanny pack? Is that all right?
Can we?
Are
As
you-
in, are
wait,
we
wait.
able to?
Oh, well, is that okay? I mean,
Are
is
you a
that-
13-year-old girl?
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Then,
And what have you
not a
heard?
13-year-old girl,
What
no.
have you heard about us that makes you ask these questions?
Why are butter knives right-handed?
What? Who says they're
Are they?
right-handed?
Because they're serrated on one side.
I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even known that.
That's awful.
Isn't that incredible?
But what if you get one without the serrations?
This is really
See
good.
I have plenty
that's
of
an
those.
that's truly
Wait.
ambidextrous butter knife, which is the third building.
No.
And
Third
why are
one?
they serrated? We don't need that for butter.
Most butter knives are not serrated. They're like more like a little spatula that sits. You
Facts.
gotta put
that
Well,
up.
that's an
Facts.
actual like
butter knife.
butter knife.
I'm
But
getting
the
into
ones that
classes.
are generally known in America
That's a
as
knife.
butter knife.
That's a butter
Yeah.
knife.
Kitchen butter
silverware
knife.
knife.
You
Generally,
asked.
most people
You
don't
asked
put the
This
earlier.
answer went way longer.
Yeah, you asked earlier
I'm
what's
gonna
kept us
sneak
together for so long.
Uh-huh.
This is why.
Yeah. We're basically
You know,
a bunch of
butter
Cliff
knives.
Clavins.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to talk these things out. See, these are the things this is what my brain does when I got nothing to do. I think about these things. I don't have 4 people helping me.
Well, yeah. And
Call us anytime. We can work through
Don't
any
even
of these issues
help.
with you.
Don't even say that. Finally, probably the most thoughtful question I can ask you. Name your favorite state that features the letter Y.
Wait, features just in it, or
Doesn't have to be started with.
Yeah,
That'd be a little
it's a
tougher.
feature. It's like it's highlighting it.
man, let me think.
Wyoming might be.
I don't know. New Jersey's pretty strong.
Tennessee.
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 I'm gonna.
Katy.
I would be somewhere between New York because it's awesome, or Wyoming because there's nobody there.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Nebraska.
That doesn't
Oh
have
my gosh, you've gotten 2 wrong.
Wyoming has Jackson Hole.
Yeah, Wyoming's just gorgeous. And there's
Are there any other Ys? What are we
Jackson
missing?
Hole?
Well, you know, New York, New Jersey, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yep, that's it.
Right, that's it.
Ypsilanti.
That's not. That's a city.
No, see, we didn't do cities. If we did cities, it'd be a much longer conversation.
At least
that'd
we
be
got
a
them
rough-
all.
Well, we've accomplished something here today. I'm feeling great about life.
Maryland.
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 Oh,
Maryland.
Whoa.
I was born there.
We have 4.
You were born
Whoa.
there, and you're just
And you
now
just
bringing it
now
up.
came up?
Oh,
You're from Maryland.
I'm married.
That seems.
He was.
I feel like we're missing more.
Georgia?
No.
No.
North Carolina.
This is the dumbest.
New
Well,
Mexico.
I was going to say, I've asked some really stupid questions in my day, and I think we should
Yeah,
have
I'm literally
I
going
feel like
over
it
my
should
head.
have Utah.
No, no.
You?
Yeah, Utah.
Yeah.
See, Yaddle.
That's a city.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Dang it.
Oregon.
Well, if nothing else, when you're on the bus touring this year, you got something to look for now.
yeah, I know. Right?
You're welcome.
Way to get Maryland. We almost missed
Hey,
it.
man, you know, I would have felt really bad driving home.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, come on!
This is
It's happening, guys. It's happening.
there. Whoever hears this will be
We're not-
screaming in their car until
We
you
are not
finally say that.
leaving this
Okay,
room.
now I got to look at a
like
map.
There's another one.
Are
you?
Roll through our.
Colorado.
You gotta-
No, I'm looking in my head, man. Don't mess me up.
It's in your head up
okay,
there?
truthfully, there's a friend of mine who was in town. He has the RV, and he has the, here are the states that we've been to, and I'm looking at the side of it right now.
Oh, mine is like a map when 2nd grade. It was a puzzle. I remember that.
I'm singing the
That's what
song.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
you put
at.
the
Yeah,
puzzle
yeah.
in.
I got the song.
Oh, you're singing.
Oh.
Alabama.
From the Animaniacs.
Yeah.
No, again, probably one of the greatest TV
by
shows
far,
ever.
yeah.
May we just say,
Villains.
Louisiana has every other letter.
yeah,
Louisiana.
Kentucky,
Kentucky.
Our neighbor to the north.
man.
Dang it.
Wow.
We are awful at this game.
Well, I know I'm not calling for phone a friend.
Yeah, you're not going to win you $1 million.
No, that's all right. Well, okay, we're tapped out. Anything you guys got? We pretty
Great
much hit
questions,
everything.
by the way.
Excellent.
I'm not going to be done
I
with
feel
this.
dumber.
And just so you know,
I feel dumber.
the next time the label asks for questions, they're getting the same exact.
Oh, that
list.
would be awesome.
Just so you know, I am keeping this list.
How long can we keep this
great
bit
list.
going?
You know what?
Like, just
Honestly, yeah,
file that away for whenever we come.
If we get 9 more states, we got it made. Guys, it is always such a pleasure. I am such a fan, not only of your music and your ministry, but the love that you guys share. And it truly is something that I miss being around my friends. And I feel like when you guys are here, it's 5 friends hanging out together. So thank you very much.
Thank
make
you.
me
Appreciate it.